G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Got a few thoughts bubbling through my head today, so I'll open my mouth and let words fall out and see what happens, eh? For those of you new to this channel, because there's a few of you coming around now, I'm not a football expert. I'm not a coach. I don't really know a lot about tactics. Phrases like pivot and double pivot, I don't know what that means. I can barely kick a football. The club to me is about feeling and emotion. Supporting the club to me is giving assistance to the club because I want it to succeed. And I don't think that can be done by going on YouTube and saying what an expert I am and the manager should have done this, the manager's not passionate enough, now he's too passionate, we should play this player here, we should play that player there. I mean, there's so many different opinions out there. And look, I get it, we're all different people and everyone's got the right to their opinion. But I've also got the right to call people out when I don't see the support. I've got a simple old-fashioned notion in football that the manager is the manager. And the only way you can ever achieve success as a football club is to back the manager. Now, backing the manager to a lot of people just means that Daniel Levy gets his wallet out and buys and sells the players that Ange wants, but to me it's also assuming that he knows more than me because he's a Premier League manager and I'm not. That he sees a lot that we don't see, knows a lot that we don't know. So I kind of think, who am I to sit here and criticise and nitpick every little thing that he does. And I've heard the odd comment, you know, I'm only an Ange supporter because I'm Australian and when Ange goes I'll go. The clue's in the title of this channel, mate. Hotspur hippie. To me, countries are just arbitrary drawn lines that keep us all apart. I'm not a nationalist of any description. I've just had the benefit of seeing what Ange has done over the last 20 odd years and I think he's good. But I back every manager. Antonio Conte wasn't too fussed on the style of football, but he should have stuck to his guns and kept going the way he was going. And he had my full support. Absolutely he did. I didn't want him to change because what's the point in that? Why get a manager in and then say, oh, I know better? I was the same under Mourinho, Poch. All our managers I support, because if you don't do that you've got no hope, absolutely no hope. I mean, it's a funny old game, isn't it? The manager makes a huge difference and it's very easy to sit on an armchair before or after games and overanalyse what happened and what I would have done different, because I'm not there, don't know what's going on. I just assume that they know more than me. So I get disappointed when, you know, and this isn't just a thing aimed at Spurs YouTube channels. This seems to be the state of football channels as a whole. You know, for me, football gives a bit of joy in my life. I love supporting Tottenham Hotspur. So when I want to flick on a bit of YouTube and see a bit of Spursy stuff, I want to feel that. And usually you just get negativity. It seems that YouTube people from all different clubs, it's like they're auditioning to be on Sky Sports or Talk Sport, or just get clicks through firing people up through controversy. It's easy. To me, it's an easy and lazy thing. I could do it. I know bugger all about football, but I could nitpick everything after it's happened and say, should have happened this way, should have done this, should have done that. What's the point in that? What's the point in that? I think it's an easy, lazy way of doing things. You know, that's why I try and do things a little bit different here. Because ultimately Tottenham Hotspur makes me happy. Come on, you Spurs, you know. I love it. And I just get disappointed with the amount of negativity out there. To me, it doesn't feel like support, you know. It doesn't feel like it. When all you're doing is going on a public platform. It's something I feel, you know, I have a certain responsibility. Look, I'm not a big channel or anything like that. But I'd like to just do my bit to actually support the club instead of just bringing it down at every opportunity just to make myself look clever. It's an easy way of elevating yourself, is just to bag someone else, isn't it? Easy way. Anyone can do that. I like to come to this on a position of firm ignorance. I don't know what I'm talking about. All I can tell you is how I feel about a performance or a game, a club, what's going on. But when it comes to you know, setting up a team, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I mean, there's people out there on fan channels of all different clubs and, you know, touting that they've got coaching badges. Well, I mean, loads of people have got driver's licenses that drive like idiots. You know, I don't know if that means much. I don't know if you've lot have been to school, but not all teachers were good, were they? Some are brilliant, some weren't. So I feel I have a responsibility in a way to show support for the club. I really do. Because it's public. And it's not just Spurs fans watching this sometimes, it's people from other clubs. Now, I don't really give a toss what fans from other clubs say. But this is putting your best foot forward sometimes as a Tottenham supporter to represent the club. I feel like I'm representing the club in some small, tiny way to the outside world. And I believe that the way forward is through positivity, not negativity. It's so easy to tear things down. So easy, man, easy. Sometimes it's hard to be a bit of a shining light, you know. That's a bit talking up my own arse there, but you know what I mean. To follow the manager and show the way. That can be hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. Especially when you get a bit of a run of bad performances. It, you know, gets you down. The agony and the ecstasy of football and all that gets tricky. But like I say, I've got an old-fashioned notion about football. The manager knows best. That's it. So you'll rarely hear me criticise any manager on this channel. You can go back and look at, you know, the stuff I was doing on Irish Hotspur last year. I was firmly in Conte's camp as well. You know, what's the point in bringing the guy down, putting pressure, even though it's small pressure? You know, every little bit adds up. So I do tend to get quite defensive, sometimes angry at people when all they do, in my view, is crap on my club all the time. There's not a ray of sunshine anyway. So, you know, whether you're a Tottenham fan or an Arsenal fan or a West Ham fan or whatever, I'll stick up for my club. I'll stick up for what I think's right and the way to go, and I won't back down from that. I really won't. I think it's unfair to just take some sort of fake high ground and bring the club down. But that's the way YouTube goes, I guess, you know, a lot of the time, isn't it? You know, that controversy and criticism, negativity, that's what gets views, isn't it? Especially after a string of losses, like I say, because, you know, then you're a bit annoyed, and then you switch it on and you see someone go, it's like, oh yeah, that's how I feel. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to stick up for what's good in the club and speak up about it and support our manager. Support our manager. It's not hard, is it? As I say, it can be hard sometimes, but it's to me it's much more fulfilling than being of the I told you so mentality. I'm right, you're wrong. I don't care if I'm right or wrong, I'm just saying what I feel. I've got emotions, I'm a human being, you know. Not facts. As I said in a previous video, you can, you know, when people talk about facts, they cherry pick a statistic. It's like, you know, say if you're travelling in outer space and you give a grain of sand to an alien and say, this is part of planet Earth. It's factually correct. But then is it correct to assume that planet Earth is just a great big rock? That's it? Like the statistic I pulled out the other week. AVB is a better manager than Keith Birkinshaw and Bill Nicholson. Statistics back it up, he's got a higher win ratio. When you draw back a bit and look at the whole picture, it's absolutely crap, isn't it? Because he's not as good a manager. So, you know, sometimes I try and go and debate people and nah, it don't work out, man, it don't work. Because when I just see people slagging off my club, don't like it. Don't like it. Whether you're inside or out the club, if that's all you're doing is slagging us off all the time, I've got no time for it. No time for it. There we go, man. So I'll just leave it there, I think. We'll see. I haven't seen any news of any more developments at Spurs. It looks like there's rumours that Ange has been upset with people inside the club for a bit of a lackadaisical attitude towards the Man City game. We'll see some changes there, I hope, which is cool. Anyway, folks, got a bit of a lurgy at the moment. I'll leave it there. I love my Tottenham. I love my Tottenham. I'm not going to keep bringing it down. I want to build it up. That's what I want to do. I want to raise it, not swash it down at every little perceived error just to make myself look big and clever. No, I'm an idiot. I want to build Tottenham up. That's what makes me feel good. Anyway, peace and love, man, and come on you Spurs.